This 28th of October 2025, let us unite in remembrance and love. In this video, we'll honor those who've recently left us and others who continue to inspire through their legacies. Alongside, we'll discuss WWE superstar CM Punk's recent hardships, which have deeply touched fans. Subscribe now to keep their stories and strength alive. Nancy Benoit, born Nancy Elizabeth Toffaloni on May 17, 1964, was a highly respected professional wrestling manager and valet who made a lasting impact on the industry. Known to fans as Woman, she began her career in the 1980s and quickly stood out for her commanding presence, charisma, and ability to elevate the wrestlers she worked with. Over the years, Nancy became a key figure in major promotions such as World Championship Wrestling, WCW, Extreme Championship Wrestling, ECW, and World Wrestling Entertainment, WWE. In WCW, she played an important role alongside her then-husband, Chris Benoit, as well as managing other top talents. Her sharp wit and confident demeanor made her one of the most memorable female personalities in wrestling, adding depth and drama to countless storylines. Tragically, Nancy's life was cut short in June 2007 when she and her young son, Daniel, were found dead in their home, victims of a murder-suicide committed by Chris Benoit. The heartbreaking event shook the wrestling world and sparked difficult but necessary conversations about mental health and brain injuries in sports. Paul Orndorff, famously known as Mr. Wonderful, was one of professional wrestling's most charismatic and talented stars of the 1970s and 1980s. Born on April 29, 1949 in Winfield, Kansas, he was a standout athlete who excelled in both football and wrestling during high school. After playing college football at the University of Tampa, Orndorff transitioned to professional wrestling in 1976, a move that would define his legacy. With his impressive physique, natural charisma, and sharp technical skill, Orndorff quickly rose through the ranks. He became a national sensation in the WWF, now WWE, during the mid-1980s, especially through his intense rivalry with Hulk Hogan. Their feud reached its peak at the first WrestleMania in 1985, a historic moment that helped cement both men as icons of the sport. Orndorff's signature move, the pile driver, became a fan favorite, and his energy and confidence made every match memorable. Over his career, he captured multiple titles, including 2 World Tag Team Championships. Though injuries eventually slowed him down, Orndorff's passion for wrestling never faded. He remained active in the community, attending events and connecting with fans. In his later years, he battled health issues, including dementia, but his legacy as Mr. Wonderful continues to inspire wrestling fans worldwide. Big John Studd, born John William Minton on February 19, 1948, in Butler, Pennsylvania, was one of professional wrestling's most towering figures during the 1970s and 1980s. Standing 6 feet 10 inches tall and weighing over 300 pounds, he commanded attention every time he stepped into the ring. Studd began his wrestling career in 1972 and quickly made a name for himself with his size, power, and no-nonsense attitude. Over the years, he captured several championships, including the prestigious WWF, now WWE World Heavyweight title. Studd became famous for his fierce rivalries, especially with legends like Hulk Hogan. One of his most memorable moments was the Big John Studd Body Slam Challenge, where he dared anyone to slam him for a cash prize, something few could accomplish. Behind the fame, however, Studd faced personal battles, including health issues and struggles with alcoholism, which took a toll on his life outside the ring. Sadly, his life was cut short on March 20th, 1995, when he passed away from liver cancer at just 47 years old. His death was deeply felt across the wrestling world. Even today, Big John Studd is remembered as a true giant of the sport, an imposing competitor, a respected legend, and a lasting influence on generations of wrestlers. Larry the Axe Hennig, born on June 18, 1936, was a respected American professional wrestler whose career spanned several major promotions, including the AWA, NWA, and WWF. Known for his incredible strength and powerful presence in the ring, Hennig built a lasting legacy that extended through his son, Mr. Perfect Curt Hennig, and his grandchildren, Curtis Axel and Amy. Ms. Perfect Hennig. Trained by the legendary Vernie Gaine, Hennig began his career in the late 1950s with the American Wrestling Association. Early on, he faced his share of setbacks, but eventually found success, capturing the AWA Tag Team Championship with Duke Hoffman. His trademark finishing move, a devastating elbow drop, earned him the nickname The Axe and became one of his most recognizable trademarks. In the 1960s, Hennig made his mark in the Texas territories, where he won the Texas heavyweight title and developed a tougher, more aggressive in-ring style. Teaming up with Harley Race, the two became one of wrestling's most feared tag teams, winning the AWA World Tag Team Championship 3 times. Although a serious knee injury in 1967 slowed his career, Larry Hennig's influence on professional wrestling remained strong. He passed away at 82, remembered as both a fierce competitor and a proud patriarch of a wrestling dynasty. Gary Albright, an American-born professional wrestler, was known for his incredible power, technical mastery, and influence in the world of catch wrestling and strong style. With a strong background in amateur wrestling, Albright brought a unique mix of athleticism and brute strength to the ring, making him a standout performer wherever he competed. He began his career in the 1980s, quickly rising through the ranks in Canada's Stampede Wrestling, where his blend of raw power and precision earned him attention. But it was in Japan where Albright truly became a star. Wrestling for UWF International and later All Japan Pro Wrestling, AJPW, he gained a reputation for his explosive suplexes and hard-hitting matches, earning the nickname the Master of Suplex. His battles with legends like Kenta Kobashi, Mitsuharu Misawa, and Toshiaki Kawada are still remembered for their intensity and realism. Albright's ability to fuse catch wrestling techniques with storytelling made him a bridge between Western and Japanese wrestling styles. He also competed in the U.S., including a stint in ECW, where he continued to impress with his authentic, physical style. Tragically, Gary Albright passed away at just 36, but his impact endures. Celebrated as one of the most respected, skilled, and influential wrestlers of his era. Long before CM Punk became a household name in WWE, he was already forging his legacy on wrestling's independent circuit, a world defined by passion, grit, and relentless physical sacrifice. In those early years, Punk's schedule was unforgiving. He competed in small halls and packed gymnasiums, often performing multiple nights a week with little rest and minimal medical support. His time in promotions such as Ring of Honor, ROH, and various hardcore organizations saw him engage in brutal, high-risk matches that demanded more from his body than most could imagine. Each slam, dive, and stiff exchange left its mark. Even in his 20s, Punk carried the silent reminders of the toll his craft exacted on him. Nagging pain, lingering back and shoulder stiffness, and the kind of general wear and tear that would eventually add up. Yet he never allowed himself the luxury of a break. Wrestling wasn't just his job, it was his lifeline, his identity. He had spent years proving that he belonged in a world often ruled by larger-than-life figures, and stepping away for rest felt like falling behind. This relentless drive, admirable as it was, became both his strength and his burden. By the time he signed with WWE, Punk's body had already been through wars most fans never saw, and those unseen battles would shape the rest of his career. CM Punk's WWE injury struggles. When CM Punk arrived in WWE, he brought with him a raw authenticity and work ethic that quickly set him apart. But with the bright lights came an even more punishing schedule, and it wasn't long before the physical strain began to surface. Punk dealt with recurring knee and elbow injuries, the kind of chronic issues that plague athletes who spend years bumping, jumping, and twisting in ways the human body was never meant to. His passion to perform often outweighed the caution his doctors advised. In late 2012, while carrying the WWE Championship in one of the longest modern reigns, Punk's body finally demanded rest. He underwent knee surgery after years of pushing through pain, a procedure that temporarily halted his title run and forced him to confront the limits of his endurance. True to his character, Punk didn't stay idle for long. He attacked rehabilitation with the same intensity he brought to the ring, returning to action sooner than expected. Looking back, he's acknowledged that he may have rushed the recovery process, but at the time, his mindset was clear. His fans, his legacy, and his pride mattered more than his comfort. The surgery was a harsh reminder that even the strongest will cannot always override the body's warning signs. The staph infection controversy and health scare. Among the most serious challenges Punk faced during his WWE career was a severe health scare involving a staph infection. In his later years with the company, he reportedly experienced persistent fatigue, pain, and illness that went untreated for some time. While accounts differ, what remains undisputed is that Punk's health had deteriorated significantly by the time he left WWE. The infection, which he later said was finally diagnosed and treated outside the company, could have had devastating consequences had it continued unchecked. The incident became a defining moment in his life, not just as a performer, but as a person learning to advocate for his own well-being. Following his departure, Punk discussed the experience publicly, not out of bitterness, but as a cautionary tale about the physical cost of a profession built on pushing past pain. WWE and its medical team stood by their care standards, and the situation ultimately concluded through legal channels, which resolved in Punk's favor. Yet beyond the headlines, the deeper story was one of vulnerability and resilience. It revealed a man who, despite his image as the unbreakable anti-hero, had endured genuine suffering behind the scenes. His experience with the infection reminded fans and fellow wrestlers alike that even heroes need healing, and that strength sometimes means stepping back rather than stepping up. Financial and emotional toll. During recovery, injuries are not just physical. They carry emotional and financial consequences that linger long after the body begins to heal. During his time away from WWE and professional wrestling, Punk experienced the financial uncertainty that often accompanies medical recovery. Wrestlers, unlike traditional athletes, rarely receive long-term contracts that guarantee security through injury. Although Punk had earned considerable success, extended time away from the ring meant a temporary halt in income tied to appearances and merchandise. The strain of medical bills combined with the cost of private health care added another layer of stress to an already difficult period. More than money, though, Punk wrestled with frustration, the kind of internal turmoil that comes when someone built on constant motion is suddenly forced into stillness. The man who once stood as the voice of the voiceless found himself in silence, recalibrating his purpose. Yet this pause, though painful, became transformative. It gave him space to reflect, recover, and rediscover his sense of control, something he would need as he moved into the next chapter of his life. The MMA experiment, a new challenge and new strains. After leaving WWE in 2014, CM Punk did something few wrestlers have ever dared. He crossed into the world of mixed martial arts. His decision to join the UFC was met with both admiration and skepticism. For Punk, however, it wasn't about proving his superiority. It was about testing himself in a new arena. He trained tirelessly, dedicating months to conditioning his body for legitimate combat. The regimen was punishing: grueling sparring sessions, strict dieting, and endless hours of cardio left him battered and exhausted. While his time in MMA resulted in 2 losses, the true story lay not in the record but in the resilience. Punk suffered deep bruising, muscle fatigue, and joint pain throughout his training, but he approached it as a student of the game, never backing down from the grind. Importantly, he avoided any career-threatening injuries during this period, a testament to his discipline and preparation. Financially, the move was a gamble. MMA did not offer the guaranteed paydays of wrestling, but it gave him freedom, pride, and a sense of accomplishment that no paycheck could replace. When the dust settled, Punk left the octagon with lessons that would serve him well when he inevitably returned to the squared circle. Lessons about humility, endurance, and the value of self-reinvention. Return to wrestling and the broken foot injury. In 2021, after 7 long years away, CM Punk made his highly anticipated return to professional wrestling, joining All Elite Wrestling, AEW. The moment was electric. Thousands of fans cheered as the man who had once walked away from the industry stepped back into it with renewed passion. But as with much of Punk's career, triumph came hand in hand with tribulation. Only months after capturing the AEW World Championship, he suffered a broken foot during a stage dive gone wrong in mid-2022. The injury was devastating, both physically and emotionally. For someone who prided himself on toughness, being forced to the sidelines once again was a bitter pill to swallow. Surgery was required, and the recovery process proved lengthy. Punk's determination to return led him through an arduous rehabilitation program, but even after healing, fans noticed a subtle change in his movement. His gait slightly different, his ring style adjusted to protect the once broken foot. Despite these adjustments, he refused to let the setback define him. The broken foot became another chapter in his long story of resilience, a reminder that even when his body faltered, his spirit never did. Triceps tear at the 2024 Royal Rumble. Perhaps the most recent and severe of Punk's injuries came in early 2024 at the Royal Rumble, when he suffered a torn triceps during competition. The injury, confirmed shortly after the event, required immediate surgery and a long recovery timeline. A torn triceps can be career-altering, particularly for a performer in his mid-40s, where healing takes longer and the risk of re-injury looms large. For Punk, this was more than just another physical challenge. It was a moment of reckoning. Once again, he found himself on the sidelines, forced to rebuild from the ground up. Yet, as has been the pattern throughout his career, he approached rehabilitation with quiet determination rather than despair. Reports have indicated that Punk remains committed to regaining full strength, working closely with physical therapists to restore mobility and endurance. Though the exact timeline of his return remains uncertain, those who know his history would not bet against him. His triceps tear, while severe, has become another symbol of his resilience, illustrating that no matter how many times fate knocks him down, he refuses to stay there. The human side of recovery. Behind the bravado and tattoos lies a man who has endured pain that few outside the wrestling world can truly comprehend. Recovery for Punk has never been just about physical healing. It has been about reclaiming his sense of self after each fall. Every surgery, every stretch session, and every lonely hour in rehab has reminded him of the fragility of the human body and the strength of the human spirit. Away from the spotlight, he has leaned on loved ones and found solace in simpler things: his writing, his pets, and his quiet moments away from the roar of the crowd. Financially, while Punk's stature in the industry ensures a level of stability, the time away from performing still represents opportunity lost. But true to form, he rarely speaks of it publicly, preferring to focus on gratitude for the career he's built rather than lamenting what's been interrupted. His resilience is not just physical, it's mental, emotional, and deeply personal. Conclusion: CM Punk's enduring legacy, despite injury struggles. CM Punk's story is not simply one of championships or controversies. It's a testament to perseverance against relentless adversity. From his early days battling through the independent scene to the heights of WWE, the detour into MMA, and his triumphant return to AEW, his career has been marked by injury, recovery, and reinvention. Through knee surgeries, a staph infection, a broken foot, and a torn triceps, he has demonstrated that strength is not defined by the absence of pain, but by the courage to continue in spite of it. In an industry where longevity is rare, Punk has managed to stay relevant not only because of his talent, but because of his authenticity. Fans connect with him not just as a performer, but as a man who wears his scars, both physical and emotional, with pride. As he continues his rehabilitation and contemplates the next chapter of his life, one truth remains unshaken. CM Punk's legacy will never be measured solely by the titles he won or the feuds he fought, but by the battles he waged within himself. His journey reminds us that even when the body breaks, the spirit can still rise. And for CM Punk, that enduring fight has always been the story worth telling.